I mean, you have to learn to take responsibility one way or another. Now, what's the flip side? If your partner, for example, says, this food is salty, you don't need to be defensive and say, but I didn't put a lot of salt. If it's salty to your partner, it is salty. I mean, this is like, it is salty. Now, let's look at a better way of addressing situation. Consider the XYZ model. When you do X in a situation, Y, I feel Z. When you do this in a particular situation, it makes me feel that. This way, you're not pinning what you did on somebody else. You own your struggles. You own your insecurities. You own the challenges, and you take responsibility for them. Another way is owning and being able to express what you feel or want. Usually behind every criticism or blame, there is a wish, there is a question, there is a request. So you, for example, you say, I am hungry, rather than you did not cook for me. Or I'm hungry, rather than saying, why does it take you so long to bring the food? You could say, I feel sick. I'm coming down with a fever, rather than you did not, flee the room. There's a lot of mosquito. You are blaming the other person because you got bitten by, let's say, the mosquito. The gas is exhausted, rather than you did not refill the tank, and many others. I am cold, rather than you didn't cover me up. You don't need to pin or put the responsibility of what you feel on another. If, for example, you are going to miss someone or your partner, then you tell them, I feel bad when you leave for work without saying goodbye, rather than saying you never say goodbye, or rather than saying you don't care about me. What you want is for this person to say goodbye when the person leaves for work. Another one when it comes to technology is you're on the phone all the time. You don't give me attention. Why not tell the person, I need you to listen to me without being on your phone? That is a better way, isn't it? We need to learn to communicate what we want rather than criticizing the other person, deflecting our vulnerability on another. So technically, turn your complaints into a request. You say, for example, how do you turn your complaints into a request? If you are, always overwhelmed and, with housework, you could tell your partner, for example, I'll make dinner. Will you clean up? I mean, it's usually easier to say you're wrong rather than to say I need help. You begin to wonder why do people, have a tendency to complain rather than request. I mean, the reason is because when we make a request, the other person could turn us down. And we fear the risk of being disappointed, the risk of losing face. So usually, when we complain, we be on the emotional high ground of being defensive. Usually, we don't say what we want. We just lash out at the other. For the lack of cooperation, we just lash out at the other because we don't want to be vulnerable. We rather lash out rather than ask for what we want. So usually we place people on the defensive. And this really is a classic dance game. And a lot of us ask in such a way that will guarantee we do not get. We ask in such a way our needs will not be met. So anytime you want to blame somebody else, always remember the XYZ model. When you do X in situation Y, I feel Z.